welcome. We're already on the mountain. We already made it, gonna let that main out. And we're gonna sing it. Special emergency, geopolitics, this independent has-be. Artist, athlete, philosopher, geopolitical analyst, and theorist. Who's already on the mountain? Thank you for the donation. Got that food. Oh, got about 44 plus pounds. More than 44 pounds. Thank you for the donation. Got food security. When I'm gonna get back, I'm gonna eat, and my rent's paid, electricity bill's paid, and got food and coffee. Ready for an overtime, rock and roll overtime, with yours truly dragging on the march. We spend no time but marching for the butchers, bakers, nurses, doctors, grocery store clerks, special geopolitics. Let's go. You know we like to stay on the road, and we gotta go for the mountain, for the love, and for the butchers, for the bakers. I just saw some of those public sanitation workers picking up the garbage. They be athletes. You know I work with a laptop, and I'm gonna might have to, perhaps, maybe not, maybe do a little bit of interruption because it might rain, it might storm. I'm already on the mountain. Let's see how long it took me to get to the mountain. And to get to the mountain, it took me about. We're gonna go roundabout. We're gonna go for that health overtime every time today. Special geopolitics, special emergency geopolitics for athletics, and of course for yours truly. Gotta check so it doesn't slide, because you know here on the mountain it might slide a little bit. So we're gonna go overtime every time, and we're gonna rock and roll, and we're gonna see a little bit on that hello. I just don't wanna slip on the rocks, and you know we like to go overtime roundabout, so we can just go a little bit. See that next entrance, and we're gonna go overtime on the roundabout right here for right now, and overtime we go for the smart. Thank you, nurses, doctors, butchers, grocery store clerks, all involved in the production, distribution of food. And you know I gotta love me some of these beauties, and wow, they're so beautiful. Wow, beautiful bikes. I just love those bikes. They're so nice, and giving me some of those bikes. I just love it. And you know I play that rainbow rock and roll on the go, on the now, on that red up in the set. That sun rises and sun sets. Wow, those bikes were really nice. Look at this. I put a little bit of red in color, but nonetheless, gotta get it on the best, gotta get it on the next. Gotta get it on the best, on the next. Rock and roll for the butchers, bakers, nurses, doctors, and grocery store clerks. And you know I really loving me some of those bikes. I just love it. I love it. Playing rainbow, black and white. I just love it. Saw people holding hands, loving earlier when I was coming. And let's see how much it took me to get here. It took me 1 hour 30 minutes, about 13.3 kilometers, about 13.3 kilometers, you know. And I gotta begin. We already commence, but I always gotta say my gratitude, you know, because gratitude is great for mental health, you know. And look at the beautiful city, skyscrapers, bus drivers, farmers, butchers, bakers, nurses, doctors, grocery store clerks. You know, I gotta salute. It ain't all about Wall Street. Sometimes, don't be so selfish. I'm not totally perfect, but nonetheless, we gotta go on the road, and we gotta go on the road right there, and we gotta go on the, yeah. We gotta go on these stairs as I go. Sevenfold avenge. Sevenfold avenged. I owe nobody nothing, find my own. Battles for the farmers, for the butchers, for the nurses in the free world. For the butchers, for the nurses, for the farmers, for the doctors. Yeah, there's a little black spider with some red. I gotta take a little bit of. That's an omen from the goddess. G-O-D-D-S-S, I say. For the kisses, for the blessed. For the justice that's upset. For the road and for the harmony, for the Hana, for the bigs, for the love and for the truckers. Hey, that's the disappearance of it. Yeah, the spider disappeared. Where it is gonna reappear. Gotta take a little bit of photo. That's the beauty. You know that I love you. I love spiders. By the way, I love spiders. Do not harm spiders. Do not harm spiders. Do not harm spiders. Spiders are beautiful creatures, and of course, they are beautiful creatures, and I'm gonna take a little bit of that picture for the spider. Whoop, don't want to hurt it. It's safe. It's walking safely. It's walking safely. It's walking safely, so I'm just gonna not disturb it with my rock and roll, and we're gonna go up the stairs. For my brothers and sisters in the NATO troops special rock and roll, because you know I rock and roll 24/7, but I gotta of course say my gratitude today, say my gratitude today, say my gratitude today. And of course, grateful, thankful that my rent's paid, electricity bill's paid, and got food and coffee, got food and coffee, got food and coffee, and we gotta get it for that overtime, you know, overtime every time, and we gotta get it for the drill, and looks like a storm's coming. I don't mind storms, and a little bit of that thunder. We made it to the mountain, up and up and up we go, to the thunder, up the flow. Who loves not hates? Who loves not hates? I'd rather be loving. Lots of good that rainbow with that black and white. Here in North America out of sight. I'd rather see that loving. Hear that black and white with that rainbow. Hear that black and white with that rainbow. For the farmers, for the butchers, for the train conductors. Up in the wild, up in the civilization. Grateful, thankful. Ah, what a field, man. It just smells so good. So I gotta say my gratitude. Grateful, thankful, rent's paid. Love that shirt. Is a Pink Floyd fan? Yes, yes, love you. Gotta get a little for that rock and roll. Rainbow Dragon, I get that. Rainbow Dragon, he wearing that Pink Floyd, and gotta sing it for my fellow nurse or doctor, and gotta salute their labor. Gotta salute their labor, and you know, gotta appreciate. And you know, I'm an Aspie, I got Asperger's, so sometimes I have problems during the past 7+ years, and making friends, keeping friends, but only friends with benefits from now on. Pledge your allegiance to our family. Pledge your allegiance to our family. Pledge your allegiance to our family. And here, my friend, Mother Nature, on the mountain goddess. Grateful, thankful, one, my rent's paid my rent for the month of May, ending Friday, Tuesday, today, the 29th. Paid my rent, paid my electricity bill, got food and coffee, paid my rent, paid my electricity bill, got food and coffee, paid my rent, paid my electricity bill, got food and coffee, paid my rent, paid my electricity bill, got Hydro Quebec Go, got food and coffee, got food and coffee, and when I come here, it's already more than an hour and a half. I saw people holding hands, hugging, kissing, so that gives me hope for the free world. What are we putting uniforms on? NATO. If not for somebody making love, and somebody making that good loving now, you know. Here in North America is all I know. The island, and on the mountain up we go. Plantation zone, and this is the main road. We like to stick it on the left and on the right, and you know, we prefer to get deep in the forest, commute with nature. Sometimes nature dark, thunderous. Gotta get that private-public partnership, support a dream. My dream, the dancing goddess in the Dragon Kingdom. On this special geopolitical emergency march, saluting those workers today in North America who pick up the garbage, compost, recycling. I got 3 services: nurses, doctors, firefighters, electricians, plumbers, train conductors, rock and roll for them 24/7. And you know, I got Asperger's, so I repeat, and only friends with benefits from now on. Pledge your allegiance, only friends with benefits from now on. Pledge your allegiance, only friends with benefits from now on. Pledge your allegiance, only friends with benefits from now on. Pledge your allegiance, and we gotta rock and roll over time. You know, we gotta get that drill sometimes and get that joy and be grateful. Gratitude is a major component in my mental wellness, and I cannot stress enough the importance of regular physical exercise. Working out, training, and exercising has been, is, and will continue to be my medicine and therapy of choice. My medicine and therapy of choice. My medicine and therapy of choice. You know, get that sunlight, get that joy, and get a little bit of that vigor. And I started a few years back, you know. I gotta repeat because it's important. And, you know, I was depressed and suicidal and moved from a underground layer to a better place, and to a better place, and moved a moldy place. So I got retrograde amnesia. I remember moving and being depressed, suicidal, and started working out, training, and exercising. Maybe it's the mold, you know. Maybe it's the mold. Maybe it's the mold, of course, that caused it, and, you know, mold and a head injury, and whatever else, you know. Whatever the case may be, years ago, I was depressed and suicidal. I crossed Canada coast to coast. August 2017 to September. Went out west, British Columbia. Went back, went east. Went to the east to the west, across Canada coast to coast, and that event propelled me, made me get out of being depressed and suicidal. Made me get out of being depressed and suicidal, made me come out of being depressed and suicidal, made me come out of being depressed and suicidal, make me come out of being depressed and suicidal, made me come out of being depressed and suicidal, you know. So ever since then, after that, I started working out, training, exercising, and did lots of work, and especially because I'm a philosopher, artist, athlete, independent, geopolitical analyst, and theorist, and, you know, geopolitics is 24/7, and that's my kingdom, my realm. When you enter geopolitical analysis, and theory, you know, geopolitical analysis and theory, you know, the study and the analysis of geopolitics is my obsession, and I predicted what's happening now, and now is going to be the focus this week. Special North American integrated citizen defense projects, protocols, which I've discussed over the past 7 years, and of course my theories and propositions, and I say the dream is only for the collective North American civilizational complex, only for the collective civilizational North American complex, only for the collective North American civilizational complex, you know. It's only for North America, and gotta get that drill, you know, and gotta get that drill over time, you know. So that's how we rock and roll with it, and we gotta get it for the X. And please give some charity if you have those cash, you know. Don't be so selfish, don't be so selfish. And 10% of a million, 10% of a million is 100,000. Give it, of course, 100,000 for food security. Super important, of course, to get it for that food security, and make it, of course, super interesting as we go here on the mountain to gonna get that hydration, children loving and smiling. That's what I like, and couples right there, so here safely and secure, and that's what I love. They'd be joyous, and give them a little bit of joy for the youth, man. For the youth, they're the children of the empire. And I write children's books, but I want to get them a little bit of that X, that white, and give them a little bit of importance to be grateful for the things what we have here on the mountain. Super important. Their joy is to see my joy, and we see them physically active, you know. Super important for the children to get active physically, and to get a little bit of that joy, man. Children are happy, I'm happy, you know. So gotta get it in the gotta salute the youth. Don't salute la jeunesse. We're gonna switch to that French later, but right now we're gonna get it for that French. They're happy, joyous, and they get that victory, man. So we love the youth, and we love our youth here in North America. Be free, secure, and plenty of children here ready for the springtime. Nice wind, seems like it's clear the storm, you know. Sometimes you gotta get that after the storm. It needs a little bit of clearing, so Anyways, that gives me hope when I see children, of course, joyous and active in their security and their well-being, you know, is the primary importance. So when I say, of course, is the protocol to have the Canadian Armed Forces, you know, when we put on the uniform, it first and foremost starts with the national defense, starts in the daycares. National defense starts in the daycares. So that's why they got to put on the uniform before Canadian Armed Forces. I'm referring as a North American Canadian Quebecer who was born twice and served both times post 1776 in the United States Army down there and down south. So I speak as a North American Canadian Quebecer first and foremost, as a Welsh citizen also. Fundamentally, I'm a Montrealer here, Metropolis Island, 2.5 million people who loves to hear children's joy and children screaming and letting a little bit of that exercise and having some fun there and safe security here on the mountain and, you know, the security. So that's bringing me some joy, you know. So we gotta go for that. We gotta go for that drill, you know. So it's super important. So that's what we gotta do. So sometimes it takes being and doing, and, you know, like I said, among my protocols is, of course, if you're gonna put on a uniform, it's super important to go change some children's diapers, you know. Canadian Armed Forces, NATO, NORAD, go NATO troops, special emergency drills. I'm gonna do, of course, all meditations about geopolitics in response to the current China-Taiwan. Taiwan is known as the Republic of China, and, you know, Republic of China, they have their unsettled kind of disputes dating back to the before Mao Zedong, the founder of the People's Republic of China, known as mainland China. But anyways, before I digress, you know, I'm an Aspie, so I gotta be mindful of that, of course, my digressions and skipping topics and going left, right, and center and around the ball in a circle, square. And of course, my protocol is, if you're gonna put on a uniform, part of the Dragon Army initiative, philosophical initiative, and call to all willingly loving, of course, to wow, look at those ducks, man. Wow, kind of big. Get a little quack, quack, quack. See, we got ducks here. And again, if you come here, do not pollute. Do put in the garbage, in the recycling bag. And if it goes in the recycling, put it in the recycling, you know. If it goes in the recycling, put it there. So that's what you gotta do. That's what you gotta do as we go drill. So super important to keep it clean here, because it's a place of nature preservation, right? We're trying to preserve nature here, so I always do a lot of volunteering, and I try to do some more. And I would really love to paint these benches, you know. Look at these benches. These benches are gray, and they've been like this since the 1970s, I guess, or something like that. Not sure exactly, maybe since the 1970s, but I can speculate. They're going to live for more than 44 years, so whatever the case may be, whatever dates, but they need some cleaning right now. So I'm just gonna do a little bit of stretching here, and it's getting that sunlight again. I'm just gonna put this back here, so I'm gonna get it on the here on the now. So we gotta get it on the go, and we gotta get it on the now. So put on the glasses back on here. I don't want to lose these because I lost a pair. They were gifted from the greatest woman I know, my anonymous sister friend, whom if I make a million, gonna give her half. A billion, gonna give her half. A trillion, gonna give her half. But nonetheless, these benches need to be painted, you know. Nonetheless, those benches need to be painted. And there's so many benches here. Just here is like 44 benches, 44 plus benches here. And oh, we got that water, so I can hydrate right here now, I think. It's gonna hydrate. I'm gonna meditate, of course, how it was built. It goes underneath to the filtration system. Gotta salute those public workers. We'll now do a little bit around the ground. And are you really thirsty? I can let you in this higher one if you don't want to bend. Anyway, so it's gonna wait a bit to clear the water because it was hot. So my fellow citizen there came and get a little bit of that, just to get a little bit of water. Oh yeah. Whew. Whew. That was some good hydration. I really needed it. It looked like a storm's coming, you know, so I guess if a storm's coming, I better go right to get the workout somewhere underneath, you know. Somewhere underneath, somewhere underneath, somewhere underneath, somewhere underneath, you know, that's all we're gonna do. So yeah, I think there's a storm on the way, so I gotta get it on the X. So just where can we work out? Maybe we can work out there because we never worked out there in the storm. Let's go check it out. Anyways, so you know where we are here on the mountain, so please do not pollute. Put it in the recycling if it goes in the recycling, if it goes in the garbage. And I see somebody had put some of those tents. I'm just gonna ask what they're gonna be about. So I'm curious if it's gonna be a projection and event. But again, my protocol for the Canadian Armed Forces, we gotta go change Canadian Armed Forces, NATO, free world, free world, free world, baby, NATO, 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 to go change some diapers, you know, to go change some diapers, and because those are the first line of defense, our children, the youth, the youth, the youth. If I'm happy if I see the youth join and whatever the case may be, and it looks like Nord here, I'm just gonna ask what's going on and what's going on. Salut, bonjour. Je suis bien curieux de savoir c'est quoi, c'est un événement spécial?
Un tournage.
Un tournage? On tourne le bon cop, bad cop 3 ensemble?
Jusqu'à deux pierres en fille.
Ouais. Ah ouais, ok. Vous avez-tu besoin d'extras qui chantent du rock-and-roll, qui dansent?
Oui, mon gars, c'est vraiment pas notre départ.
Votre dragon arc-en-ciel à votre service. Je peux chanter, je peux danser, je peux faire de la comédie, là.
Oui, ben là, on termine le tournage.
Ah, ok. Ben là, malheureusement. Ok, c'est pas grave, là. Je vais pas vous déranger, hein, puis j'ai l'Asperger's, fait que j'ai un petit peu. Vous savez c'est quoi?
Oui.
Ok, vous savez c'est quoi? C'est pour ça, des fois, il faut que vous dites arrête de parler, là, parce que c'est ça l'Asperger's, tu sais.
Information dumping!
En bon québécois, il faut dire que je me la ferme la gueule. Mais ouais.
Malheureusement, on ne peut pas t'engager, nous, on est
Ok.
un département pas créatif.
Ok, pas de problème.
On est
Moi, je suis le créatif 24/24 du rock-and-roll. Mais ça prend de tout, hein. Ça prend de tout. Parce que sans vous autres, il n'y aurait rien qui se produirait, là.
sans nous autres, là. Il y aurait des housses d'inflacto.
Ça commence des champs de patates avec ma tante Ginette avec les champs de patates et le fromage. Hey, salut! Ça en fait plaisir pour la côté? Bye! So that was a little bit of French here, as I'm a Quebecer, you know, so that was, you're gonna hear that French later, but had a little bit of fun, had a little bit of humor, so they're doing a set here on the mountain, but you know, I love art, because I'm an artist, philosopher, and I made them laugh a little bit, because I make comedy, and I let them know I have Asperger's, so I might repeat things, and I said in Quebec that sometimes you gotta just tell me, shut the fuck up, because that's my condition, and I live with it. And during this past 2 years, I learned to manage the symptoms, you know, because there's no medication for Asperger's. There's no medication for Asperger's. So we suffer from unemployment lots, or we lose employment, lose friends, because there's a lot of misunderstanding. Misunderstanding. So it's not a mental illness. It's a neurodivergent condition. It's a neurological divergent condition. It's a neurological divergent condition. You know? Anyway, so as we go here on the mountain, you know, it's always here. So today, geopolitics, we're gonna begin those geopolitics. And right when I began, you know, geopolitics today, due to the recent China, Taiwan. Taiwan is known as the Republic of China, so that's my kingdom, my area. So if you enter geopolitics, you better be prepared to know a little bit of knowledge about geopolitics. So let's start with a definition of geopolitics. So we can define geopolitics in many, many ways, but of course, one of the main definitions is that it is kind of like the study or the knowledge, the wisdom surrounding the knowledge about politics, society, arts of everything that's transcending in the geopolitical realm. So that's what it is, basically geopolitics. I'm just gonna hydrate a little bit more. I gotta give a shout out to those who build it. Underneath, imagine all that work. Imagine all the work to be doing this. Oh, this is a privilege of civilization. This is a privilege of civilization to drink potable water. Imagine all the systems beneath to connect it and to go to that. Otherwise, we won't have drinking water. So you gotta be mindful about that. And I connect this to my thesis, the privilege of civilization. How all the work, all the workers in the public sector who build this over the hundreds of years and decades to connect this, so that yours truly, Ashby, artist, athlete, philosopher, drinks this water now. Drinks this water now. Drinks this water now. It's gratitude, It's like we got all these systems, which, of course, myself I just mindful of, but I did not contribute to build them. I did not contribute to build them underneath and stuff. But I'm meditating upon those who did. So I'm gonna sing them some rock and roll, because rock and roll is all that I do. Rock and roll is all that I do. Rock and roll is all that I do, 24/7. So we gotta get it for the XYZ here, and I love these. Who planted these again is the public workers. So we gotta get those public workers on the X, And we got another drinking fountain here. So, anyways, we're gonna go to the top, go around the back. So geopolitics is the study or the knowledge, the wisdom about the relationships that are interlinked in the realm of the regions, geopolitical regions. So it could be nation states or civilization wise. So you would have different geopolitical regions. You would have small, I would classify them as small, medium, large, because I'm an analyst and theorist. So I'm a theorist of the 21st century, but I do not dissociate or dissect from the 20th century, right? So from the 20th century, from the 20th century. So since this is basically a geopolitical emergency, a geopolitical emergency, so this is the geopolitics emergency, and of course who gets in on the road is now what's happening, of course, in China, and of course China's the mainland China. China's mainland China and Taiwan is the People's Republic of China, the People's Republic of China, the People's Republic of China. So you got the same name, the same name, the same name. And by the way, I would love to paint these benches. So call to the mayor, to the mayoress, because I've been writing emails. I would love to paint them some color. All the benches I'm willing to volunteer, Just paint them. Just bring me the paint, give me the approval. I'll paint them all. Blue, white, red. Just they're so great, man. Just they need some color. Just blue or red and blue and white. Whatever. I'm not gonna be able to do much art on them, but I will be able to paint them. We'll be able to paint them. So, oh, pardon, sorry.
Ah ben attends, lui, on l'a vu là.
Mais oui, c'est pour ça que je te dis.
Là-bas.
C'est là, comme ça, là. Donc si on monte par là et qu'on tourne à droite.
Vous devrez aller au Belvédère.
Oui.
Belvédère.
Oui.
Si vous êtes jamais là, c'est ma place préférée pour y aller là-bas.
Ah d'accord.
Vous savez c'est où?
Bah, quelque part par là.
Il faut que vous allez. Parce que vous allez voir toute la ville, puis vous allez voir toutes les montagnes. Vous allez voir jusqu'à Saint-Hilaire, vous allez voir jusqu'à l'autre bord, toutes les montagnes, Saint-Bruno.
On y est allé, mais en passant par le plateau.
Vous allez voir jusqu'à la rivière aussi. Parce que vous savez, ici, on est entouré d'une rivière.
C'est Laurent,
Ouais,
ça veut dire.
c'est le.
Montréal, c'est une île ici.
Une île fluviale.
Ouais. Fait qu'il faut aller là-bas si vous n'êtes jamais allé. C'est la meilleure place.
On y est allé le premier jour où on est arrivé.
De où vous êtes tombé?
On est au-dessus de l'université.
Ok, cool.
De Magui, là.
Ok. Ah ouais, ok.
Par les escaliers, là.
Ouais. Ici, c'est comme ma deuxième maison. C'est comme chez nous, la montagne. Puis
C'est beau.
j'adore venir ici. Puis Mais moi, je vais souvent dedans la forêt. C'est rare que vous me voyez ici, moi.
Ah ouais,
Moi, je vais souvent, je passe des fois, mais...
c'est d'autant plus rare que nous, en général, on n'est pas là. Et même pour toujours le dire, on n'est jamais. Mais bon, plaisant. Ouais, donc là, tu cherches la tranquillité totale.
C'est parce que j'aime aller faire du bénévolat, parce qu'il y a du monde qui laisse des choses dedans. Fait que je ramasse toujours des choses parce qu'on a des lapins, on a de la flore, on a des animaux dedans. Fait que je vais des gens parce que des gens, il y a qui restent des bouteilles, des choses comme ça, en dedans dans la forêt. Puis on a des lapins, des marmottes et des éperviers.
Des marmottes aussi?
Ouais. On a des lapins et des lapins aussi.
C'est écureuil, ça, à mon avis.
Fait que des fois, je trouve en dedans dans la forêt. Fait qu'il faut pas laisser ça là. Il faut les mettre dans les vidanges puis dans le recyclage.
Ben oui.
Parce,
Vous avez complètement raison.
parce qu'on essaie de faire une préservation de la nature.
Ben, c'est ce qu'il faut.
Bah,
Hein.
c'est ce qu'il faut.
Ah,
hein.
des
Elle est
fois.
tellement belle, quoi.
Ah, des fois aussi, je trouve du plastique, des bouteilles de...
Oui, et le plastique, c'est pas bon, surtout s'il y a de la nourriture dedans, parce que les
Exactement.
animaux peuvent tout manger.
Puis ici, on a des poubelles, on a des travailleurs publics qui viennent à chaque semaine. C'est pour ça qu'on les a, c'est pour ça qu'on a un système, tu sais. Fait que,
C'est bien si tu fais ça.
ouais,
Bravo.
c'est comme chez nous. Vous venez d'où? Vous êtes la première fois au Québec?
De France.
Lui, c'est la première fois, et moi, c'est la 8e.
Je vais vous chanter du rock-and-roll québécois un peu.
Allez, vas-y. Hein.
Ah oui, dans Belle Province, on danse les mains dans les airs, nos cousins et cousines de la France. Allez, île de la Madeleine, bienvenue à Montréal, ça chauffe, ça brouille.
Attends, je vais t'enregistrer. Oh.
Ah oui, vous voulez, mais...
Possible?
C'est possible, mais c'est en mode libre, ça c'est des chansons, maintenant
On
j'écris
s'en
pour
fout,
vous.
on s'en fout.
Ok,
C'est l'histoire d'entendre.
go. C'est le dragon arc-en-ciel, ok? Vous êtes prêts? C'est le dragon arc-en-ciel du Québec, de l'île de Montréal qui vous chante à la danse, les mains dans les airs québécois et québécoises jusqu'à nos cousins en France. En mode libre, pas besoin de l'eau bénite, juste du vin puis une bière à la place. Ah ouais, tape-moi des mains et des pieds, que ça chante bien comme faut. Ah ouais, faites du bruit, ouais donc. Bienvenue dans Belle Province, Québécois et Québécoises. Nous autres ici, à la place de la messe, on danse. Des bisous puis des chatouilles, des câlins puis des bruits. Les corbeaux qui me chantent, dans les airs, ça danse. L'aigle, il survole, puis regarde le soleil, mon pape, qui brille. Bienvenue, il y a votre tonnerre, puis l'amour. Ouf!
Bravo.
That's all aujourd'hui. Merci.
Ben, merci à vous.
On va la diviser en France, là.
Je suis artiste.
Sur
fait que-
Facebook.
Ouais, c'est libre. Faites-le, qu'est-ce que vous voulez, prenez les paroles.
On n'est pas là-dessus, nous.
Non,
Oh non, je vous, le
on
donne,
n'est pas dessus.
je vous la donne gratuite.
Par là, sur le belvédère.
Donnez-vous des câlins quand vous l'entendez. C'est
On
ça.
ne manquera pas.
C'est ça que je veux. C'est ça que je veux.
Juste dis-nous, par moment. Hein.
Vous allez aller voir par... vous gardez votre droite ici. Puis vous allez juste suivre ce chemin-là. Puis vous gardez la droite toujours pour aller à Belvédère. Puis c'est possible que je vous voie. Moi, je vais traverser par ici, en dedans. Puis je vais rentrer en dedans, moi, dans la forêt.
Comme ça, hein.
Oh non, on va partir comme ça.
C'est quand même plus difficile où que j'y vais.
Non, viens.
Pas de souci. Fait que juste comme ça, gardez votre droite constamment. Bye. So that was a little bit of rock and roll, and I got Asperger's, because with Asperger's, it's my condition, I have to let them know that I have to be let, because I just keep speaking, so if not, I don't stop. We don't speak over people. Sometimes people get offended, but it's just Asperger's, We tend to interact with each other like that. But some people don't know, so it's kind of thing. I don't mean to offend, Anyways, they're from France all the way, so it's a nice thing, People from France here, and gotta get it for that drill. So we're gonna get it inside by that side, and anyways, here we are in the forest. So here we are in the forest, and we gotta get that drill on the mountain, we gotta keep it on the drill, so keeping it on the drill on the mountain is rock and roll 24/7, and we gotta get it on the rock and roll 24/7, and This is what it is. Brings me some joy for the elderly, my brothers and sisters. Go NATO, NATO, NATO. You know, France, we got NATO. So today, being a geopolitical analysis and theory, we got to get that defense coast to coast, NATO to NATO, because it takes that public and that private dance, you know. So back to geopolitics. Back to geopolitics. Back to geopolitics. You know, I love to see my tourists here. So they were tourists from France. From France, they speak French. So it's different. It's different. It's different. And we gotta get it for that LOV, and we gotta get together NATO coast to coast. Implement my Trinity of theory: CIT, citizen integration theory, DRT, debt refusion theory, DRT, debt refusion theory, and the democratic fusion theory, the democratic fusion theory, the DFT, democratic fusion theory, the CIT, citizen integration theory, and the democratic fusion theory. You know, that's what we gotta do. We gotta implement it. You know, we gotta implement it. So that's what we do. And again, here, see, it's a plantation zone, and it's a plantation zone right there. See, yeah, it's a plantation zone, but that's what it says. That here, of course, new things are being planted. It's 212, so gotta be mindful, of course, of not to cross. But here it is a plantation zone. You know, so. That plantation right there, that's what it says. So the translation here, this is a plantation zone. So here's being planted. That's what it says in French. But I'm willing, you know, if you print me in English, I'm willing to do a volunteering and just put in English and French, because unfortunately they're only in French. I don't mind doing volunteering for French and English, and just put an English one. I would put an English one next to the French one every step of the way, you know. Just bring me the tools, I'll do the work. I'm here every week anyways. Talk one there, one there. But anyways, that's what it says. Plantation zone. See, that's what it says there. Plantation work, that's where we closed it down. Because another plants are being planted here. See? All that, all that, all that. See? Plantation zone. Plantation zone frequency, and that's what it says for the biodiversity. Plantation zone, that's what it says. That thing there, plantation. Anyways, so that's what we gotta do it, and that's what we gotta do, a little bit of plantation, because of course a lot of people pollute, and of course now I'm in the forest deep, and I like coming here, and I like working out. Back to geopolitics, and I always get that joy when I see people working out, training and exercising, and you know, working out, training and exercising, working out, training and exercising, working out, training and exercising a little bit, and young couples, you know, and get that plantation zone again. But anyways, back to geopolitics. So the study of geopolitics, because today is an emergency, geopolitical emergency. So the study of geopolitics is, of course, a field of study for centuries now. But it's, of course, me. Got to keep in mind that I'm a 21st century North American, from a North American perspective. So as much as I can do an in-depth analysis perspective of geopolitics, I'm always going to be Quebecer, Canadian, North American. Quebecer, Canadian, North American, Canadian, Quebecer, North American, for that NORAD NATO Dragonomy, for that Dragonomy NORAD NATO, for that NORAD Dragonomy NATO initiative, you know, which I'm calling all to support. Because in geopolitics, that's my kingdom, my realm, and fitness, sports, those are my obsessions. You know, Asperger's, we got obsessions, and for the past 7 years, those has been my obsessions, and more after I survived COVID. It was like death, pestilence, and disease, death, pestilence, and disease for me, COVID, and I had COVID in February 2020. Since then, I live with Carpe Diem, looking to see people loving, healing, and you know, we also, my brothers and sisters across North America, we got to get the North American Criminal Rehabilitation Act. We got to get that North American Criminal Rehabilitation Act. We got to get that North American Criminal Rehabilitation Act. We got to get that North American Criminal Rehabilitation Act, you know, because we need to go that coast to coast, coast to coast, coast to coast, ocean to ocean. Anyways, so geopolitics, the study analysis of the interplay of relationships and conflicts and everything that has to do with regions, nation states as well. Nation states. So nation states also, it can be, of course, nation states, and here is a bit steep, and you got some rocks, and you can work out here, just do push-ups here. Here, see, it's a nice plantation zone right there. You can go up and down, left and right, and you can go up and down, left and right. So that's what you gotta do. So XYZ. It's here on the go, on the road, on the XYZ, and on the right, on the white and black and rainbow, on the white and black and rainbow, on the white and black and rainbow. So That's what you gotta do, you know. And black and white and rainbow. So here it is on the mountain. We got special ops, and gotta salute those NATO troops. Butchers, bakers, nurses, doctors, electricians, plumbers, carpenters, nurses, doctors, electricians, plumbers, carpenters, nurses, electricians, plumbers. You know, we gotta get on the right side. You know, so sometimes we gotta get right with the goddess Jody says. Starting new, I'm starting over in COVID, and now. You know, today, carpe diem, and every day, I have hope for myself, for others. Geopolitics is my kingdom, my realm, and has been for many, many, many years now. If you enter, want to have discussions, you can know a little bit about it. So, about geopolitics, the study, the analysis thereof. It's as an independent geopolitical analyst and theorist, I'm going to say the most important thing, perhaps in all my geopolitical analysis and work as an independent geopolitical analyst and theorist, is that I predicted the current geopolitical situation, and I predicted an international conflagration, a World War III, and otherwise an international conflagration, a World War III, an international conflagration, a World War III international conflagration, a World War III international conflagration, a World War III. World War III, I predicted it, an international conflagration. That's what I predicted. That's what I predicted. An international conflagration. That's what I predicted. You know, World War III, in other words, back in 2019, based on an analysis, in-depth analysis of a few months and weeks. In-depth analysis of a few months and weeks. In-depth analysis of a few months and a few weeks. And in October 2019, had concluded, and I got proof of work, that of course the world situation, global situation is again heading towards an international conflagration. Paradoxically, had also created and produced a workout training fitness program, which of course was designed to go hand in hand with such an event, such a scenario, a World War III scenario, back then. So that's what I concluded. And of course, to get that LOV, we got, oh, that's closed. See, that's what it's closed. There's the son, my king, the Pope. There's my son, the king, the Pope, gonna say my Akadua, tell him it's 718. This is a closed system here, so we're gonna go up and up on the go. So gonna go all the way up on the rocks. We're gonna go, see, because that's closed anyway. So geopolitics is my realm. That's my kingdom, my domain. So if you get that kingdom, get that domain, enter that kingdom, enter that domain, you better know a little bit about it. So brothers and sisters, China, People's Republic of China, mainland China, held drills. So the drills that they held were an encirclement of Taiwan during the weekend. They finished, I believe, Sunday morning, our time, because we got time zones. 2 days, and they simulated an attack. All right. Again, no matter what I say, my position, middle, left, right, or center on XYZ is really irrelevant because I'm a North American. My propositions, protocols, theories, initiatives are first and foremost for North America, for what I call the North American civilizational complex, or the North American civilizational complex. As a North American, all I really know is this island, Montreal, this island, Montreal here right now. North America. This here new civilizational complex, an emergent civilizational complex, who's not only divorced, but is distinct from Western civilization. Is not only divorced, but is distinct from Western civilization. It's not totally divorced, but is distinct from Western civilization. That you need to understand and know as we go coast to coast, as we go coast to coast, as we go coast to coast. So that's what we do. And I'm a pro-labor and love universal revolutionary centrist. I'm a pro-labor and love universal revolutionary centrist. I'm a pro-labor and love universal revolutionary centrist. Universal revolutionary centrist. That's what I am fundamentally. A pro-labor and love except my trinity of theories is completely integrated. When I say universal revolutionary centrism, it's because my 21st century trinity of theories to be implemented via the 4-dimension love, the citizen integration theory, the DRT, debt refusion theory, and the democratic fusion theory is, of course, for North America, first, expanded to NATO. But North America first. Oh, and yes, I can be universal for world peace, I am, and I believe in reincarnations. Me, I'm a mystic, you know, lived many past lives, many incarnations, but right here I was born on the island. I met Louis here in a past life. I was born a man, a woman, a man and a woman. Sometimes a man, sometimes a woman. Now you get that 50-50. Now you get that 50-50. Now you get that 50-50. I'm gay, androgynous, pansexual. You know, I'm gay, androgynous, pansexual, but who likes BDSM switch. No need to spy on me. Secret services of China, Russia, wherever the case, Stasi are gone because, you know, it's in the open, it's online, and, you know, I've been open for many years now, and I know it's better, you know, to have some things in the open, and I live rock and roll rainbow, but I want my joy and no joy others, and I do not pretend that I'm totally selfless or self-righteous, or I don't. As a matter of fact, I didn't masturbate this morning. As a matter of fact, nobody's around, especially children. I have to explain to the youth appropriate, 13 plus PG, you know, PG rated, 16 plus, 14 plus PG rated. But with the shows today, I guess, South Park, whatever have you, other shows, South Park, I guess the word masturbation is, I don't know, because I don't remember my youth and stuff. High school, I know I have a high school diploma, but I know my memory blacks out after I remember moving from a very moldy place in here on the island in Montreal. On the island of Montreal. Remember moving, and that's what I remember moving, you know. So I'm just gonna go by the side. Can I go by the side? Because they got public workers there, so I don't want to disturb. Kind of salute the public works. What are they doing? And because I'm gonna continue talking. So geopolitics, the study of geopolitics, geopolitical analysis is my kingdom, my realm, and I gotta say that I predicted what's happening now, what's been happening at least since the Russia-Ukraine crisis, or the Russia-Ukraine war, the biggest war and military conflict since the end of the Second World War in Europe, the biggest military conflict since the end of the Second World War in Europe, the biggest military conflict since the end of the Second World War in Europe. So I predicted an international conflagration in World War III because after a deep, profound analysis, I had concluded that we are headed towards an international conflagration. And that's my kingdom, my realm. Geopolitics, fitness, sports, 24/7, dancing is my favorite sport. Dancing is my favorite sport. Coupled with the study of civilization, civilizational studies, those are mainly my obsessions. And of course, public hygiene, and, you know, on the psychosexual aspect, I'm rainbow, pansexual, gay, androgynous, 50-50. I like BDSM switch. I like BDSM and stuff like that. So I'm in the open about it for years, but sometimes Asperger's when we discuss, and if I'm interested, I will be very direct. So that could be maybe something that I got to work on, because I remember at Pride parades, I was after having it was barely 44 minutes and in the conversation and dancing, and I was there and I said, do you want to be friends with benefits? And I think we changed numbers, but I texted a bit. But this fellow, actually, a few people that I met during the Pride parades, but during Pride parades, my old phone number, but never texted back, texted once and said, what's this weird, that was weird, or it is what it is. Asperger's, we have trouble with friendships, and we have a few friends, but I got out of that curse, the blessings of my Trinity of theories, my dream, the dancing goddess in the dragon kingdom, my dream, the dancing goddess in the dragon kingdom, my dream, the dancing goddess in the dragon kingdom, my dream, the dancing goddess in the dragon kingdom, my dream, the dancing goddess in the dragon kingdom. I'm being right here on the mountain, so, which I love, my second home, and we love to be here and to love to do a little bit of drill, and always grateful, thankful, Rent's paid, electricity bills paid, got food and coffee, and got food in my backpack for the farmers, butchers, bakers, nurses, doctors, grocery store clerks. Always for the electricians, always for the plumbers. 24/7 now, live streaming, and I work with a laptop. So geopolitics is my kingdom. To the point of obsession, of course. So I begin, for years, I begin my day analysis of geopolitical events in the morning, in the afternoon, and then with my work as an independent artist, athlete, philosopher, geopolitical analyst, and theorist. Oh, yeah. Anyway, the geopolitical analysis. So I predicted what's happening now, but not in a detailed manner. Not in a detailed manner. So not detailed, but a general manner. So in a general way, I predicted an international conflagration, but not in a detailed manner. So it wasn't really detailed event by event, but in a general manner, a conflagration, a new conflict in Europe. And of course, I knew of the Ukraine-Russia situation already because I took it into consideration. And of course, other events. The unfinished Republic of China, 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 which is Taiwan, and the People's Republic of China. So you got China in it. So the People's Republic of China, the People's Republic of China, the People's Republic of China, the People's Republic of China. So gotta get it for that X, for that X, for that Z, There they are. Somebody holding hands, I'm happy. So geopolitics, today emergency special march for that NORAD NATO, for North American Collective Defense, because we have a thing called ICBMs. So the ICBMs can, of course, run up to here. And my call for the protocol is to open some mountains. To open some mountains, and I just saw a couple holding hands, and I'm always happy when I see that, It's, what are we fighting to save for our free world, Somebody not making love. What are we fighting for, So I'll be fighting for somebody who's making love and changing some daycares, changing some diapers, and reading some children's books, which I write a little bit, so I continue to write. And we're gonna do a little workout here. We're gonna do some workout. And they got some, of course, going on here. Oh no, the tulips, my tulips right here, my tulips, So gotta get it on the drill, So here we are on the X, on the Y, So anyways, for the farmers, for the butchers, for the breakers, you gotta get it on that drill, man. It's 24/7 on the road, man. I'm always happy to see people making out and hugging here, and of course making for the X, for the Y, for the Z, and gotta get it for the X, man. For the butchers, man. Oh wow, look at that. Oh yeah, I'm still singing. I'm just gonna continue because j'étais en train de discuter de la géopolitique. Puis ça, c'est mon sujet d'intérêt. Moi, en tant qu'Asperger, c'est la géopolitique 24 sur 24, 24 sur 24. So that's what it is. Hey? So, moi, je veux ouvrir des montagnes d'un bout à l'autre, comme ça pour avoir la défense intercontinentale, puis voir plus de missiles, de bombes nucléaires, contre les missiles intercontinentaux, de côte à côte. Ouvrir de là à là. So anyway, so we're gonna need to do a little bit of those mountains, and we're gonna need to do a little bit of those. Gonna need to Gonna need to do a little bit of those opening of the mountains. Open a lot of mountains, man. Coast to coast, you know. We need to open the mountains right there and for the defense, you know, for the for the defense. And we're gonna need a little bit there. All the mountains, we're gonna need to open them up, open them up, open them up, and that's all we're gonna need to do. In case of the nuclear warheads, you know, so we're gonna need to open coast to coast right there. From that coast to the east coast to the west coast, we're gonna need to the west coast to the east coast, you know. So we're gonna need to do that. We're gonna need to do that, you know. So that's all. C'est tout. Anyways, so you need to get that coalition of the willing. Anyways, we gotta get it on the X, you know. We gotta get it on the Y. Anyways, we have to let a little bit of X and a little bit of white, a little bit of black and the white and the rainbow, but we gotta keep it constantly, you know, because I'm obsessed about working out training, and I didn't mean to be rude with my fellow citizens, so I gave them a little bit, but they were there XYZ, so I'm focused, and you know, I work out. I rarely stop, and when I work out, I'm focused. It's my obsession. So that's why we gotta do drill. So get for that geopolitics, and gotta get it for that drill in the sun, you know. So it's just me, you, there we go. Anyways, we gotta go for that X, for that white, for that black, for that rainbow, for the free. Anyways, so we gotta open up some mountains, and we gotta get those bunkers. That's the protocol. That's what I call for the NORAD. So gotta get me in the sun. Oh, I'm gonna go to the inside the forest, and I don't recommend coming here at night. I don't recommend coming here at night, you know, because sometimes we gotta get on that night and the light and the night and the light. I gotta get it for the sacrifice, and we gotta freedom, you know. Gotta be insured, secured. Gotta be insured and secured, you know. So that's what we gotta be, that's what we gotta do. Gotta get that free, man, for the free, you know. So it is what it is right here. It's a plantation zone again. So look at that beautiful butterfly. That black, white, and orange. A little bit of gray. Not too much gray, but anyway. So working out makes me feel good, and I'm calling for the, of course, for the implementation and the mass financing of citizens to workout, train, exercise, you know, to work out, train, exercise, to work out, train, exercise, you know. So am I gonna go back, do a little bit of dance? But we're gonna switch it to that French. But first and foremost, I gotta say that my plan, my project call, we gotta open up some mountains like the Cheyenne Mountains. Cheyenne Mountain is the NORAD headquarters. Cheyenne Mountain is like the NORAD headquarters. Cheyenne Mountain is like the NORAD headquarters to get that defense coast to coast, 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 you know. We gotta build satellites to intercept interballistic missiles. It starts with this rock right here. Me kicking this rock. That's how it starts, see? That's how it starts. We're gonna dig in the mountains in case of a nuclear war, People's Republic of China got nukes. Russia got nukes. If not a common, Russia did drills, nuclear drills. Maybe, I don't like to speculate much, assume much. Maybe that work together. Russia, China, they coalesced, formed an inclusionary developmental regional tactic because they clearly said, Xi Jinping and Putin, that they ended the hegemony of the United States. 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 The hegemony of the United States, you know. So that's what it is, you know. So XYZ, we gotta get it on the drill right here, man. You know, so here we are. There we are, right here, man. Gotta give it a little bit of X, a little bit of Y, a little bit of Z and Y, so gotta do it over time. With the rock. I see the sun, my public kingdom one. Ah, I feel good. Woo! Lots of people came there, but I saw those from France and the French, and I was immersed in geopolitics, so, you know, I didn't want to be rude because I already gave them a song before, but they didn't ask for one again. If you ask me, it's just ask. Yes, no, maybe, fuck off. Yes, no, maybe, or fuck off. Yes, no, maybe, or fuck off. That's it, that's all. And now I got the mountain here, my second home, and I got my home, Dragon's Lair, for the month of May, rent's paid, and I wanna build the Forgotten Goddess Temple. We're gonna go on it a little bit here, and then we're gonna go work out a little bit in the sun, you know. A little bit of dancing, maybe. We're gonna switch to that French because we're not bad provides, but I gotta channel a little bit of that, French a little bit, and a little bit of drills. But here I want to build the Forgotten Goddess Temple, the Forgotten Goddess Temple, the Forgotten Goddess Temple right here, 7 stories high in a circular manner, and gotta get it on the X, on the Y. Here it is, circular manner. For the Forgotten Goddess Temple for events such as Geopolitiks, House of the Dragon, and of course Forgotten Goddess Temple for events such as, of course, events that are gonna be for the dream interpretations, equinox, Forgotten Goddess Temple laying the foundations with trins of kisses, and Dragon Army right here, and of course for the Dragon Army right here. House of the Dragon, the simple, austere, severe, pyramid. In a pyramid. Right here, pyramid, simple, austere, severe, rainbow dragon, scarlet. House of the Dragon, face to face with the Forgotten Goddess. Credit, kisses, because I'm laying with the foundations of those houses. With the third one, Rainbow People's Palace. Rainbow People's Palace. House of the Dragon with the Forgotten Goddess Temple. Right there, Forgotten Goddess Temple. Face to face with the House of the Dragon. Right there, forget. On the X, on the Y, you know. So now we're gonna get that 21st century North America. Gotta get that drill coast to coast, ocean to ocean. Coast to coast, ocean to ocean, coast to coast. Anyways, get that LOV, man. Anyways, gotta get it in the sun, man. Oh, we gotta get it.
Herbe.
Pretend that I like wine.
You don't want them to think that you're doing the best. Yeah, you're not just a pretty.
Come on.
Yeah. Thank you. Go. Anyways, we got glad to see somebody's out in the nature walking and anyways, love our butchers, love our nurses, love our doctors, love our firefighters. You know that love, man. I love you, man. Love is also action, though. I'm an aspie. Love is also. Love is also action. Not just talking. Love is also action, you know. Gotta give me some sun. But anyways, geopolitics. Point is that I predicted what's happening now, and we need to open up some mountains, you know. And joy is important, you know. We cannot base everything on strength. Base everything on strength and violence and force. There has to be other things, you know. There have to be other things, you know. So there have to be other things, you know. So we gotta do it. Salut, ça va bien? Gotta get it towards the sun, man. Anyways, I gotta get it on the X, you know, so. Gotta get it towards the sun. Here was an individual. See, here in nature, an individual part of a greater collective with the sun, my Pope, the King, we sometimes find out what we're made of, you know. See, here in nature, as an individual part of a collective with the sun, my King, the Pope, we find out what we're made of, see? Here. In nature, with the Pope, my King, the Sun, we find out sometimes as an individual, part of a collective, sometimes what we're made from. So when you enter geopolitics, the realm of geopolitics, that's my kingdom, my domain. So we gotta go on the X and on the Y and gotta say my gratitude again. Grateful, thankful, rent, paid, electricity bills paid, got food and coffee, and that's gratitude, you know. And I just saw somebody made me think of the actor Patrick Huard. Played in Bunko Back Up, one of my favorite movies. I don't know if they're XYZ. So we gotta get it on the low, you know. So. So here in nature we kind of find ourselves a bit, you know. There's Mother Nature, goddess, get those kisses, and geopolitics also has to do a realm of Mother Nature, but it's of course parallel because of course we are individuals, part of a greater collectives, you know. So those geopolitics is 24/7, you know. So we gotta be mindful that it could be a nuclear war started. Because China and Russia both have nukes. And during the more than 44 years. Yeah, 1947, 1991, 1947, 1991, 1947, 1991. Thousands of nukes, nuclear warheads, and ICBM rockets. Well, but anyways, I've written something, a document called For the Continuance of North American Collective Civilizational Complex in case of a nuclear war. So it was a paper I have to find, a document I've written a few years ago, about 6, for the protocols, of course, of contingency plan in case of a nuclear war. Continuing the civilizational complex, in case of a nuclear war, containing the continuance of civilization. So part of it, of course, was building and opening mountains, you know, opening mountains, like the Cheyenne Mountain, the NORAD Cheyenne Mountain. Anyways. Hey, how you guys doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm financially stressed, but I'm good. Financially stressed, but good.
It happens to all of us.
What are you guys up to?
Ham radio.
Wow, that's super cool. Can you talk to the sun a bit?
I mean, I was here in Texas earlier today.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, you guys the ones who come to Park Row West in NDG?
No.
Oh, we're visiting, so I don't know. If
Yeah, we're from Las Vegas.
Where from?
Las Vegas.
California, by Nevada.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys are. So you guys don't speak no French?
No, none.
You don't speak no French?
No.
What?
I try.
You guys don't have to go to France. You come to see us here, man.
You should come here more often. I like it here.
You don't gotta cross the ocean. You can see some French up in Quebec. Love you, Americans. I believe in reincarnation, so I was twice born in the USA post 1776.
Okay.
Both times served in the U.S. Army.
All right. Well, thank you for your service.
Don't ask me which wars. By the way, I have Asperger's, so you have to. You know what Asperger's is?
Yes.
I tend to constantly be too talkative. So I tend to be. Maybe you just have to say to me not to be.
It's all good.
Basically, to because Asperger's is there's no medication. I just live with the symptoms.
Yeah.
First time here?
Yes.
Oh. You guys gonna eat a lot of poutine?
Haven't tried it yet,
Yeah.
but I'm looking forward to it. So
Yeah.
we're here for a work trip, and we decided to go play radio when we weren't working. So
Send some love to the firefighters and the butchers down in the USA.
yeah.
I sing it for them 24/7 on the lay. I sing that rock and roll. Anyways, so I was just discussing, and what do you guys think of this? You know, just like this as citizens of North America, what do you guys think about opening some mountains, like the Cheyenne Mountain? You guys know the Cheyenne Mountain? So you know there's the NORAD headquarters there, right? So I was thinking, because you see now we're close to nuclear war, right? It's possible, it's possible.
Yes.
So I was just discussing a complex to open up some mountains, like the mountains ranges we have here in Canada, to build some bunkers.
Yeah.
I was thinking as a public-private partnership, as NORAD USA Canada joint, coast to coast. I was actually discussing that now on my.
Oh,
In your call, yeah.
I'm not
That's
on the
pretty cool
call.
that you
I'm
can-
just recording
Oh,
because
you're
I record
recording.
with my phone and this is my work tool. So that's all I got. You don't mind, eh?
No, not at all.
Okay. So yeah, I was just discussing that. Because I'm a geopolitical analyst and theorist.
Uh-huh.
And actually, you know, guys, what's happening now? I predicted it back in 2019. I predicted an international conflagration. So everything that's happening now with China, Taiwan, and the Ukraine crisis, I predicted it back in 2019.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Anyways, I don't want to bother you with my stuff, but if you have spread the word when you go back home. Well, this is our home, North Americans. You guys are home here. You guys are home here. This is your home, guys. North Americans, you're home here, man.
Thank you. It was nice to meet
You're
you.
home.
Very nice to meet
If I can do anything for you, whatever, French, whatever, but
Thank you.
please spread the word about doing more Cheyenne Mountains in case of an emergency nuclear war contingency, in case of the nuclear war starts in Europe, to open up some mountains. And I have also a protocol project call to build more satellites
Yeah.
for North American defense, NORAD, and of course to have coast to coast to build on the coast of the United States and Canada to be able to intercept missiles in case they launch the ICBM rockets.
That's a good idea, because those
Thank you.
ICBMs are a worry to all of
They
us.
can travel theoretically. From Russia, they can travel, the Yars 24, they can travel 10,500 kilometers, and from here to Moscow, it's 8,500. 8,500. So we need to have a North American intercontinental defense, coast to coast, guys.
Yes, absolutely.
You guys are, yes! Somebody, yes! Thank you, love you. Well, because it's all we got at the end of the day. I mean, we are for world peace, but if, you never know.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to defend the collective North American civilizational complex at the end of the day. We got each other coast to coast.
Yeah.
We got you back home. You got us here back home.
I
This
don't
is
want to
our
raise
home.
my kids on radiation, you know?
I'd rather feed them some of those good pine burgers with the buns and from the Texas, from the barbecue rock and roller. Hey, love you guys. Stay safe and please, one last thing. Learn some French. Please, no, more. Je vous aime, salut. So, North Americans, man. You didn't want to get that Aspie, to get on the Aspie, to get on their Asperger's, because, you never know how they're going to receive my ideas and my theories, but they were very pro for it, and they actually liked it. They were very pro what I said, and we need to build more inter-defense, coast-to-coast public-private partnership for the defense. At the end of the day, we got each other. So they're home here. I didn't want to go into my reincarnations about being born in the USA twice and serving in the U.S. Army, because those are mystic things and mystic ideas. And we're asked which war, what. Then we go into a big discussion. But nonetheless, this is their home, our home here in North America. And at the end of the day, we got each other, black, white, brown, whatever. North Americans unite, North Americans unite, North Americans unite. And we made a great linguistic compromise here with Quebec. And we made a great linguistic compromise here with the Quebec to have peace. With the Quebecers, myself as a Quebecer, Canadian, North American, to have peace. And we cannot base everything on strength. Force fire has to be counterbalanced. Love and understanding and love. My brothers and sisters there from the USA, it's our North American family right here. So I'm always happy to see my brothers come to visit us here. And I always put in a little bit for that French, man. They laugh at my rock and roll. It's a big comedy, but Asperger's, sometimes it's Aspie. I have to let them know. I have to let them know that I have Asperger's and that if I talk too much, be too talkative, that I need to be told to stop. I need to be told to stop. I need to be told to stop, and I do. I do make compromises and make requests, and you know, I play that defense, and we're gonna need to play that defense coast to coast. Defense, just like football defense coast to coast, because it happened in my theories. There was no nuclear war per se. In my development of the World War III scenario, there was a possibility of a nuclear war, but it's not concluded yet. So I left the question mark open. But there was biological attacks. So it's happened before COVID. There was bioweapons though. So there was decimation of population by bioweapons, not by nukes, but by bioweapons, radiation bioweapons. So that's what we gotta do. Like I said to them, we gotta open up some mountains. Then they said yes. Let's do it. They were willing. It takes the coalition of the willing. It takes a coalition of the willing. Left, right, and center. Left, right, and center. Left, right, and center, you know. So, left, right, and center. You know? That's what it takes. So, hi, how are you?
Good, you?
I'm working out a bit. Financially stressed, but I'm grateful. What are you up to? Nice to meet you. Thank you for smiling, and gonna see you later maybe. Goddess bless. Ciao. That's a nice smile, and I like it. She smiled and said hello, so I was gonna say Asperger's. I said God bless. I said goddess. I do believe in God, you know, God, higher power. I send the Pope. I am a mystic, but she did a nice smile, and she said God. I said goddess, because I do goddess it, you know, 24/7 goddess it. But anyways, just gonna go around the bow one more time. I'm gonna go to the top, and I just want to show a little bit. There's a capsule there. There's a time capsule. So the capsule is there. It's gonna be open in 100 years. 156 years? 156. I showed it before, but I want to show it again. Where it is. I think it's there. No, it's there. Salut. Vous savez qu'il y a une capsule de temps ici? There it is. 2142. In 2142, 156, 2142. And this is what it says here. Been in 2143. Was in during the 1995, 20th of August, 1992. 1992. That's what it says here in French. In French. So that's when it's going to be open. Mais ça aurait été bon bilingue quand même. Ça aurait été bon qu'ils mettent ça bilingue, là, mais ils ont mis ça juste en français, juste pour nous autres. Mais on a dû inclure les Américains. Toi, t'es bilingue. Mais moi, oui, absolument. Tu pourrais rester ici pour faire la traduction toujours. Ouais, mais je veux dire, mais je peux, ça me dérange pas. Il aurait pu mettre ça bilingue. Ça me dérange pas d'en faire de la traduction, mon cher. Mais ça me dérange pas, comme on a fait le grand compromis linguistique, on est capable de le faire, là, continuer, là. On ne peut pas s'ostiner tout. Le 17 mai. 17 mai 1942. On va retourner dans une autre vie. On va être dans l'espace. Hey, c'est quand même dans un petit bout. C'est quoi qu'ils ont mis? Dedans? Fondation de Montréal. Bon, avec ça, peut-être. Ah non, c'est une bonne question. Qu'est-ce qu'ils ont mis là-dedans? Ouais, c'est ça. Oh, tiens, des messages. Ça dit des messages. Bon, oui. Forme de dessin. Des dessins, ah oui. Du bricolage, chicks. C'est les enfants qui ont fait. Pour la 350e anniversaire de l'île de Montréal. Effectivement. What? Hey, c'est bon, ça. 500e anniversaire qu'ils vont l'ouvrir. Oh, ouais. J'avais vu une fois, j'étais cet hiver, là, quelque part. OK. Tu te promènes souvent? Non? Ah oui, c'est comme chez nous ici. Ouais. Ma deuxième maison, je viens souvent, je fais de l'art, de pratique de méditation en géopolitique. Puis oui. Je suis un Asperger's, fait que c'est mon obsession, l'entraînement physique. Puis c'est bien. La géopolitique, là. C'est bon, ça. Ça fait des années que je viens, puis je m'entraîne, je fais de la danse, qui est mon sport préféré, puis je fais du bénévolat pour le ramassage. Ah ouais? Parce qu'il y en a qui laissent des vidanges, puis du recyclage, on donne dans la forêt, là, puis on a des lapins, puis des marmottes, là, puis toutes sortes de... Ben, les lièvres. Les lièvres, j'en trouve... À une fréquence, c'est pas une fréquence. Des lapins, j'en vois, oui.
Ah ouais,
J'en vois des petits lapins.
les lapins, habituellement, c'est pas sauvage.
Ouais. J'en vois ici au coin, puis j'en vois l'autre bord, puis j'en ai vu un en bas là-bas.
Ah bon?
C'est en 2000. J'en ai vu 3 cette année, ça.
Ah ouais. C'est du monde qui vient porter les lapins ici. Là. C'est
Ouais.
pas sauvage, c'est un lapin. Ça peut survivre, là, mais l'hiver.
Pas besoin de les chasser. On a nos fermiers qui en produisent bien de tout.
Ben oui. Ben, c'est ça.
Bonne journée, mon cher monsieur, ça m'a fait plaisir. Puis
La prochaine.
la prochaine
En
fois.
21-42.
Non, je veux.
21-42.
Vous me promettez de venir dans une autre vie.
Oui, hein,
On se rencontre ici. Il va y avoir une pyramide, quelque chose d'autre ici à la place. Là.
Ça va être encore debout, ça.
Louis C, peut-être. En arc-en-ciel.
Ça va être encore debout.
Moi, je sais pas, mon messie, c'est Louis C en arc-en-ciel.
Ah ouais.
Je l'ai rencontré dans une autre vie, on a fait bras de fer, puis pendant 7 ans, j'ai pas pu utiliser mon bras. Ouais, la comédie, mon cher monsieur.
Ouais, ben c'est bon.
Prenez soin de vous.
Bonne journée.
Ciao, ciao. So Asperger's makes me that I tend to be overly verbose. So I have to let people know, you know, because I tend to never stop. So I'm tough trouble making friends and keeping friends, you know. It's like when I work out, I'm obsessed, and I work out, I train, but I'm always mindful. I try to mask it. I guess I was masking it for years, but now I'm in the open because masking autism is just no. But you know, so people express our facial differences a bit in an awkward way, but you know, we have aggression, which I do, but I channel it. I do have aggression, but I channel it. I do have aggression, but I channel it, and we gotta get it for the X, for the Y, for the Z. So it's here, it's my home, and we gotta get it for the X, for the Y, for the Z, and we gotta defend North America. And I believe in past lives incarnation, and I was born right on the island a few times between 1635 and 1904, 3 times, men and women, vice versa. Between 1635, I was born as a man and as a woman, and vice versa. Here I am now. What time is it? 3:03. Anyway, so we're gonna need to open up a little bit of those mountains on the Cheyenne now. Anyways, we're gonna need to open up some of those mountains and do that DRT, and make sure that we get implemented the refusion theory, and we gotta build those satellites. And this is the first of a special emergency geopolitics, always for the farmers, butchers, bakers, nurses, doctors, grocery store clerks, plumbers, electricians. Somebody gotta love that. Public security, go NORAD, NATO, go. Special geopolitical emergency due to the drills by China, People's Republic of China, and Taiwan. And my in a general manner, my predictions are unfolding. My predictions based on an analysis, because I'm an independent geopolitical analyst and theorist, and we're gonna switch it to that French in a bit. But right here, right now, I'm gonna say my gratitude, grateful, thankful that my rent's paid, electricity bill's paid, and I got food and coffee, and I got XYZ, and I got right here for the gratitude, So I'm grateful right here and thankful. Rent's paid, electricity bill's paid, and in the backpack I got food. I see my citizen coming here, and here what I want to build: the Forgotten Goddess Temple, the Forgotten Goddess Temple, the Forgotten Goddess Temple, the Forgotten Goddess Temple right here, the Forgotten Goddess Temple right here, the Forgotten Goddess Temple right here, the Forgotten Goddess Temple right here. In these and on these rocks, so let's go. Forgotten Goddess Temple for activities such as dream interpretations, interpretation of the dreams, and of course, interpretation of the dreams, dream interpretations. Right here, dream interpretations and activities such as dream interpretations and more dream interpretations and equinoxes, full moon, and art, face to face with the House of the Dragon. House of the Dragon. House of the Dragon, House of the Dragon, House of the Dragon, House of the Dragon. Right here. Face to face. Forgotten Goddess Temple, House of the Dragon, Pyramid, Simple, Austere, Severe. Pyramid, Simple, Austere, Severe. In the Pyramid, red, Scarlet, Simple, Austere, Severe. Which I created for the Forgotten Goddess Temple, To build it right here, Forgotten Goddess Temple. Created trillions of kisses. Some hugs, push-ups with it for the House of the Dragon, face to face, pyramid, simple, austere. That's why I need 3 rooms, sleeping quarters, bathroom with a bathtub right there. Red, scarlet. And here, of course, what I need is, of course, a circular 7-story high, with a Forgotten Goddess to have activities such as dancing, dream interpretation, of course, activities for pleasure, for purpose, for meditation. And they're the Forgotten Goddess Temple, So that's what I want to build here. And they're the Forgotten Goddess Temple, face to face with the House of the Dragon. And the third one to be built, the House of the Dragon, face to face with the Rainbow People's Palace. But I don't know if we're gonna have the third for having here for building 3, but nonetheless, here we can build the House of the Dragon, simple, austere, severe pyramid. That's all I need, man. I wouldn't need much, I just need a little bit of a. How about the Lakers? You like the Lakers?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I like more the football, 49ers.
Ah, okay.
You know a little bit of football?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. How are the Lakers doing? Is that good? What number?
Now it's not really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like Miami Heat. Miami Heat is cool, pretty good.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So you're from the US?
No, I'm from here, from Montreal.
Ah, okay.
That's why I said the Lakers, and I wanted to know, because now I'm following more hockey, and
okay.
But I love to watch basketball and stuff like that. And
all right.
I'm a sports fanatic, so that's why.
Okay. Do you play sports or you just watch?
Yeah, I like football. I like dancing. I like stuff like that.
Ah, okay. Cool.
How about you?
Yeah, I like playing football.
Yeah.
And dancing a bit. Yeah.
Yes. I love dancing. Dancing is my favorite sport. Anyways, I'm gonna go keep on working out. You want a hug?
All right. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Always like to hug. You can see me here. Sometimes I work out.
Ah, okay.
If I have my ball,
Yeah.
I forgot it today, but maybe we can throw some.
I know, but I'm just visiting.
Where
I'm
from?
not from here.
Oh,
Yeah.
where from?
I'm from Tanzania.
Tanzania. That's in Africa.
Yeah, in Africa.
My brother coming to see me all the way to Montreal. Wow.
Yeah.
Tanzania, man.
It's a long way. Yeah.
I know. Okay. Well, learn some French and make love.
Thank you.
If you don't have nobody, find somebody, make love.
Okay, sure.
Hey, man, love you later, man. Tanzania, my brother from Tanzania. Tanzania, man. It's Tanzania. Tanzania is in Africa. I know where it is, but is, I think, Zanzibar. Zanzibar, I gotta double check. Is Zanzibar? Zanzibar, I think, I'm not sure, I gotta double check because I know a little bit of geopolitics, but Zanzibar, you know, so I offered a hug. I said, you gonna hug, man, and I'd rather us be hugging, and everybody who comes to chill with us, you know, it's always something that I like, and, you know, my African brothers and sisters who come here with us, and gotta get a little bit of that rock, you know, so we gotta get it on the X, and gotta go hydrate. Super thirsty. I just gotta go drink some water before I dehydrate, you know. So, hey, my brother or whatever sister, I didn't ask, but he said, you know, from Tanzania, and he loves dancing. I said I love dancing, and we give each other a hug. You know, I didn't say I got Asperger's, but I should have maybe let him know with Asperger's. You know, sometimes you get, you know, wow. It's good he come in the winter here is a bit different for many people, you know. So we gotta get it on the snow, man. Anyways. For summer of love, man, summer of love. So he smiled. I saw the Lakers shirts. Lakers reduce the cost, give the nurses. Farmers a little reduction, give some charity. Lakers, give some charity, reduce some costs, you know. So I entered the conversation, and you had a little bit of that sports, man, and sports, you know, and sports and fitness. And I wanted them to reduce the cost and give some charity, you know, because give my brother from Tanzania a free ticket and explore him, Tanzania from Africa, you know. And it's sometimes I'm direct. I don't want to offend him. I might see things. Just let me know if I offend, and I'll do my best. I'll do my best. But I'm always mindful. Sometimes, you know, Aspies, we don't mean to offend, but we kind of do in the language, linguistic wise. But I try to work out, and it's not always when I'm super intense, super focused on geopolitics. And I saw the shirt. I was thinking about how those Lakers doing, because I like sports, and I calling on the NBA, NFL, NHL to support the DGA, Dancing Goddess Army, NFL, NBA, NDA to support the Dancing Goddess Army, the NBA, National Basketball Association, give some charity, owners, billionaires, owners, and players, and NHL, NHL, you know, so NHL, and NFL, like that. NFL, NHL, NBA, super important to give them some charity, and you know, always ask. Sometimes if I meet new people, I say you want a hug, and you know, we channel the aggression. And my black brother from Africa, you know, we working on our racism. If I gotta work on my racism, how am I gonna work if I don't offer the same things I offer to everybody else, right? With my black brothers and sisters, and it's possible that subconscious we have biases and racism, myself included. Subconsciously, we have biases. Sometimes they're subconscious, just like dreams. You know, just like dreams. Why do I like BDSM switch? Am I a rainbow? Why do I, you know? Sometimes they're irrational forces, subconscious, but they're there. We have to be aware. And I self-analyze for years, and you know, you gotta work. That's how I'm gonna work, with more action. That's Aspie thing. It's an Aspie thing, with rather than just lip service. I don't offer hugs, or if I offer hugs, then after hugs first, then kisses. I don't have to switch steps. Hugs first, then kisses. You know, so. And love and understanding is required to balance force and strength, and violence and aggression. Love and understanding, you know. Love and understanding, and you know, come love here with us in Montreal, and in Quebec, and in North America, you know. That's how we gotta do, with love and understanding, and that's how we gotta keep on doing it, because sometimes it ain't easy, but we made it so far here in North America. Black brothers and sisters, 13.4%, 13.4%, 13.3%, you know, my black brothers and sisters to have. Of course, we have in our subconscious minds, and it's things which we gotta be aware of, and racism, myself included, perhaps subconsciously, even if it's not admitted. Some things admitted in the light, but I could work on it with kisses and hugs. And I don't have money at the moment. But if anybody to offer employment and opportunity, but I believe, of course, in meritocracy and competencies. If you have myself as a geopolitical analyst and theorist and philosopher who has Asperger's, I've suffered due to Asperger's. I've suffered due to Asperger's. I suffered. But now I'm learning to accept it. I'm learning to accept it. I'm learning to accept it. So now just hydrate. Anyway, gotta get it on there. So we gotta get it for, man. Get it for the translation, you know? Get it for that translation. I don't know if they need translation, but I was gonna approach to see if they needed a little bit of translation for that, you know? Because it's just in French and I gotta give me some loving and I like to matchmake and anyways, man.
Also, the metro from
Gotta go hydrate, man. Yeah, you guys can get cafes there. You got snacks you can get, and there's washrooms here. Men and women washrooms. If you need to hydrate, you have water. You have a nice water fountain if you need to drink water. Where are you from?
Vancouver.
Vancouver. What? How's your friends? All right. First time in on the mountain? Oh, nice. How did you guys like the view?
Amazing.
Fucking nice, huh? My favorite place here. I just love going there a lot.
You live here?
It's like my second home.
Oh, okay, nice.
Mountain. I know the mountain inside out, but I go deep in the forest, you know. I've been coming here for years. What about you guys?
No, it's
their first time.
yeah.
First time? I like to matchmake people. I don't know if you guys are here for a while. Are you guys gonna stay a few weeks, a few days?
No, just a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, I got flight.
Oh yeah, okay. If you guys are single, I like to matchmake.
Okay.
I'm LGBTQ. I go both ways, whatever.
Okay.
But I like to matchmake people. If you guys are single, any of you?
No.
No. Okay. No, not for me, but
No.
to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyways.
Thank you for your recommendation. I got one question for you. Cats or dogs? Les chiens ou le chat?
Do I really gotta choose such a hard choice? Depending if the cat is black and white, I prefer that rainbow rock and roll and out of sight. That's my answer for you.
Okay.
You want some more? Another line?
Sure. Give us another.
They coming over from Vancouver. I don't know what their names are, and they probably think I'm drunk. But I don't know a little bit. It's only the sun.
Okay. Have a good
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh yeah, you come with here, you get rock and roll 24/7, coast to coast.
Perfect.
Hey, make lots of loving, man. When you remind me, when you think of me, make love. Or hug. Or hug, man. I'm a bit strange. I'm a bit. That's a little bit of that rock and roll, man. You know, it's that rock and roll 24/7. You know. So who knows what trauma I lived when I was young? Who knows what trauma I lived? When I was young, probably lived a lot of trauma. All right, retrograde amnesia. I don't remember. It triggers some, sparks some memories. High school. Just don't remember, man. Just woke up a few years ago, moved, and who knows. Here I am today making a longer vlog, 3:22 p.m. to 22 p.m. Grateful for this water here, man. Oh my goodness, that was good. Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry about that. Woo. You're a Yankees fan? You like the baseball?
Little bit, yeah.
I saw the shirt, that's why I'm asking.
Yeah.
See you later. Sorry again. I kind of backed up a little bit more and kind of bumped with my big backpack, but I didn't see anybody. I was just focused on drinking. So, anyways, here we're gonna go for the crops and for the rocks and for the dough. And in the sun, we rock and roll for that 24. We're gonna switch it to that French after we dance up in the Belle Province. You know, we're gonna dance a bit and then switch it to that French. And it's 3 something already, so gotta go dance a little bit because dancing is my favorite sport. And young love, man. Anyways, man, gotta get that love, man. I see people making love. That's what makes me joy. See people making love. Oh yeah. Anyways, let's go. Gotta go dance, man. I'm gonna lose my head here, man. J'ai peur de ma tête. Cette danse est dédiée aux pompiers, firefighters, butchers, bakers, nurses, doctors, grocery store clerks. Cette danse est dédiée aux pompiers, aux bouchers, aux infirmières, les infirmières, les pompiers, les boulangers, les travailleurs en construction, those construction workers. Building up those buildings. Hydro-Québec. Pour l'Hydro-Québec. Les travailleurs du passé, du présent et du futur. For the workers of Hydro-Québec, the past, present, and future. This is the dance. Ready? Yes. Father plays soccer. I dance. Moi je danse. Il y en a qui jouent sur soccer. Je danse. I dance. Ready? Ready for that dancing? Alrighty, let's hear this. This dance is dedicated to firefighters, butchers, bakers, nurses, doctors. Septennium, c'est dédié aux pompiers. Love you, firefighters, butchers, farmers, nurses, doctors, workers. What you looking for? I love a storm as much as I love the sun. Tempête. En autant qu'il neige pas. Ça va, ça va? Belvédère. Vous allez à droite, à droite, à droite. Merci. Bienvenue. Je veux pas. Ah! Oh, ils ont mis quelque chose de nouveau, c'est quand même bien, je trouve. Ah, eh bien, j'ai sauvé là. Belvédère, à droite, à droite, à droite. Il a demandé, mais j'étais sur la route parce qu'il commence à mouiller puis à tonnant, mais puis je veux pas bien sûr que mon outil de travail s'endommage. Et bien sûr, il y en a. Tonnerre, donc, on va faire un petit 10 minutes en France et bienvenue pour cet événement de danse. Rock&Roll, Rock&Roll, Rock&Roll. De la belle province pour la géopolitique. C'est la géopolitique dans ma grotte de 24 sur 24. Il est quelle heure? En ce moment, il est présentement 3h47. Et on va faire bien sûr de l'enregistrement. Comme qu'on fait en overtime temps supplémentaire. Et merci aux fermiers, aux pompiers, aux agriculteurs de la danse. Et vous allez voir, c'est dédié aux pompiers. Mais avant tout et premièrement, je dois dire ma gratitude de quand je vous fais l'entraînement physique. 24 sur 24, l'Asperger's. Donc, et on y va sur la grotte. Donc, on fait l'entraînement physique. Et on fait l'entraînement physique. Et je vous encourage à l'entraînement physique québécois de l'Amérique du Nord et non américain. Il va-tu avoir l'arc-en-ciel là, après la tempête? Eh bien, il va falloir le faire, bien sûr. Oh, la tempête pour faire l'amour, et bien sûr la bénédiction de la déesse. Votre artiste à tête philosophe, je suis venu comme mon outil de travail, l'ordinateur portable. Il peut pas se tenir trop d'eau, trop de pluie, puis il y a la tonnerre qui s'en vient, puis il a mis ça de nouveau, donc on va le remercier. Et que ça fasse, bien sûr, de la belle province, du rock-and-roll, de l'analyse en géopolitique, 24 sur 24, quelqu'un qui porte du rouge, puis je peux pas courir avec mon ordinateur portable parce que c'est mon outil de travail, donc je dois faire le nettoyage, et puis bien sûr, je suis pas parfait loin de là, ma gratitude. Et je marche assez bon à cap d'acier pour la géopolitique, je suis un analyste et théoricien en géopolitique, et puis bien sûr, c'est la géopolitique dans ma grotte 24 sur 24. Et bien sûr, l'analyse primaire d'aujourd'hui, c'est le Taïwan, la République de la Chine, puis la République populaire de la Chine, bien sûr que ça fasse, bien sûr, pour l'alimentation puis l'alimentaire, et que ça fasse 2, 3 pas par en arrière, puis par en arrière, puis par en avant, puis la danse, bien sûr, quand je commence, je vais commencer bientôt la gratitude encore une fois, puis l'analyse et la théorie en géopolitique, faut que ça fasse, bien sûr, 2, 3 fois par en arrière, puis par en avant, androgyne et pansexuel, androgyne artiste, avec Asperger's, puis l'amnésie rétrograde de la danse. Je vous invite, qui est mon sport préféré pour l'urgence. En géopolitique, on est à veille de voir peut-être la Troisième Guerre mondiale qui vient de commencer, peut-être ça a déjà commencé, qui disent, je suis pas sûr, peut-être oui, mais moi j'avais prévu en 2019, la situation actuelle, je l'avais prévu, mes Québécois, en 2019, je l'ai prévu. La situation actuelle, donc, on va faire la danse puis l'entraînement physique, puis on va continuer la danse drette ici, où que vous pouvez faire la construction du dragon arc-en-ciel, du dragon arc-en-ciel. La danse est mon sport préféré, puis avec la géopolitique et puis la philosophie, bien sûr, 24 sur 24. Et bien sûr, je suis très intense, surtout quand je viens ici je vous demande de ne pas faire la pollution, ne pas polluer, laisser des plastiques, parce qu'on a des lapins, des marmottes, puis bien d'autres produits, qu'on ait des lapins, puis d'autres produits, qu'il faut, si vous laissez les produits, puis le recyclage, puis il faut pas que ça nous nuise, ça nuit à la nature, puis si on vient dans la nature, et des fois, on est content dans la nature, moi-même joyeux de faire l'entraînement physique, joyeux d'être à l'abri aussi, car je filme avec un ordinateur portable que vous savez que je dois prendre soin, puis là, il commence peut-être la tonnerre, la mouille, ça mouille dans mes provinces, un beau mardi, que ça fasse, bien sûr, un jour, je vais pas par en arrière, puis par en avant, puis que ça fasse comme une femme, comme un homme, les dragons arc-en-ciel en géopolitique, puis on fait un entraînement à la République populaire de la Chine, qui est la Chine, le gros pays de peuplé de 1,4 milliard, puis bien sûr la République populaire. C'est deux différences. Il y a deux différences. Dans ces choses-là, il y a deux différences. C'est le Taïwan puis la Chine. La République de la Chine puis le Taïwan, c'est deux pays qui se sont séparés dans longtemps. Puis maintenant, on a vu que la Chine populaire, la République populaire, ils ont fait des exercices militaires graves. C'est possible parce que mes prédictions vis-à-vis que j'avais fait de mon travail en 2019, ben du travail en géopolitique, je suis un analyste et théoricien en géopolitique indépendant, j'avais prévu la situation actuelle, j'avais prévu la situation actuelle qui se passe dans le monde. Et bien sûr, que je continue à faire, bien sûr, à l'entraînement physique. Et je vous encourage, mes chers Québécois et Québécoises, donc, on y va, on fait la danse. Encore une fois, je vous encourage à faire l'entraînement physique. Go, danse. Ready? Ready for the dance. So dance, dance, dance. It's that dancing, dancing, dancing over time, you know. Without dance, ready, dance some more. do some squats, des accomplissements. I always get to do some squats, some push-ups, and some hugs. Yeah, les airs perviers, on s'élance, on lance. Rocket, on lance la fusée dans les airs. Launch that rocket all the way to the starlight, starlight, starlights. Let's go. Bring it down on the road and on the go for the drill. For the drill, on s'étire. We got to get that stretching dance workout, training exercise, la danse, and l'exercice for that exercise. Time to do some push-ups. Always good to do some of those push-ups pour faire des pompes. Let's go! Push-ups! Turn your heads left and right. On tourne la tête de la gauche à droite. Rock and roll push-ups. For the butchers, for the bakers, for the nurses, for the doctors, for the truckers, pour les camionneurs. Oh yeah, you know we go overtime. Already been overtime. On temps supplémentaire. Gotta get those. Helicopter chopper, l'hélicoptère, on s'élance dans les airs. Ah ouais. Give me some of that chopper, chopper, chopper. Give me some of that drill, drill, drill. Pour food security, pour la sécurité alimentaire, pour la sécurité alimentaire. We're gonna get it on the X. Let's go for the flex, for the flex, for the flex. We're gonna go squats. Des accroupissements, squats. Des accroupissements, we get those squats. Yes, des accroupissements, on descend puis on monte. Gotta get it on those squats. And we gotta get the booty in that beach, rainbow, wanna kiss it for one piece. Les fesses, les fesses, les fesses. Qui veut donner les bisous pour la paix mondiale? Get ready for that X, for that Z, for that Y. Dancing steps, les pas de danse. Oh yeah. Let's go give me some of those choppers, helicopters. L'hélicoptère, on y va. Let's go for that dado, pour le rad, on y va. L'analyse en géopolitique. Oh, what time is it? Because I gotta discuss the DRT. Almost forgot. Okay, 3 more minutes and we go. I forgot to discuss the DRT, and I always do. It's 418, so 418, 418. I guess it's time to rock and roll. So. Let's go give you some more squats. I'm gonna go up in the roundabout. That feels so good. That feels so good. Ready? Gonna go some more. We're gonna need to be on that DRT. Ready? Let's go rockin' that road on the rainbow. Here we go. Let's go. Gonna discuss that DRT. Oh, this is 44 pounds, and keep in mind that from here to my place, it still is about. Well, we're gonna drive it straight back now. We're gonna drive it straight back. So I'm gonna discuss the DRT, because we've been already on the road for quite a while, but stopped raining, so I guess I'm safe to go. So we're gonna discuss the DRT in French and English. So what is the DRT? Debt Refusion Theory stands for Debt Refusion Theory. And keep in mind, I still got an hour and a half, about an hour and a half, and so until I reach back headquarters. It has stopped raining or not? If it didn't stop raining, I'm gonna have to head back. But better I march towards the sun the best. Anyways, the DRT, the Debt Refusion Theory, is my gift to the world. It comes from the curse of Asperger's, curse of Asperger's, and that's what it is, you know, yours truly, and gotta make it on the DRT, man. So gonna discuss the DRT. Oh, you didn't have to, but thanks. Anyways, so we're gonna discuss the DRT a little bit, and always happy to see couples a bit, you know. Anyways, I'm always happy to see somebody loving, man. Anyway, so that's what it is, and we're gonna get it on the go, and happy to see people making out a little bit, you know, gives me some of that hope. Hope for the free world. Might put a uniform here. The DRT, Debt Refusion Theory. The Debt Refusion Theory, DRT, Debt Refusion Theory, of course, stands for DRT. Stands for Debt Refusion Theory. It also includes monetary integration. Monetary integration is exactly what they did in the European Union. So I'm gonna now go in English first, then French. So the DRT is my theory, which I've created over the past years. I started a few years ago, and I was concerned about the growing trend of both the public and the private debt, the growing, tremendous, exponential growth of the public and the private debt, right? So here's the debt now, the debt servicing. This is not the total debt. This is just the servicing on the debt. You gotta keep that in mind, that this is just the servicing on the debt servicing, right? So look at that, 2020, 2021 is 20.3 billion, 20.3 billion, right? So that number, due to COVID protocols and of course emergency financial matters of COVID, right? And I had COVID, it was like death, pestilence, and disease. I survived it back in February 2020, and of course this is just paying the interest on the debt. But look at those numbers. 2020 was 20.3 billion. A billion has 9 zeros. And it more than double. Because double would have been 20.3, would have been 40.6. It's 46.5. 40 in 20 this year is 46.5 billion. A billion has 9 zeros, right? So this number is not sustainable. So that's why the DRT theory, the debt refusion theory, which includes monetary integration theory. So my DRT theory includes monetary integration theory. Anyways, monetary integration theory is of course my theory, which has to be implemented. So the DRT, the debt refusion theory, for the creation of the universal exchange unit, is of course my call for all to do, and of course to implement, because of course is the only solution at this point in time where we are. As you saw, of course, that the public debt is not sustainable. So the debt refusion theory for the creation of the UE is of course the only solution which we have now. And I present it, of course, due to the curse of Asperger's, and I see my hawks. See, those are the hawks, man. Those are the hawks. 7 hawks, 5 hawks, 4 hawks. See those there? Those are the hawks, man. Those there are hawks flying above, so now that's a good omen, see? Those are the hawks, man. We got Hawk Island HAWK, so those are hawks there. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hawks. See? Those are hawks there in the sky. Just gotta take a little bit of video quickly. See, those are hawks flying, see? Right there in the sky. Those are hawks. 7. I see 7. There are my flock. Oh, the hawks. Hawks, H-A-W-K. Look at those hawks. They're up in the sky. Hey, hey, Mount Royal, here we go. There are hawks up in the sky. And you see, they're going up and fly, fly, fly. Hawk Island being the hawks. On the island out of Montreal, you see the hawks so up above. How they gliding up and down and sliding, and they look so royal, regal, lofty, up and up and up and down. Those the hawks up in the round, up in the, for the, and the. We gotta sing it up above. Sometimes you gotta see we got hawks up in Hawk Island, Montreal. You know the island surrounded by that river, and we in Mount Royal see the hawks. They going glide and see the hawks, H-A-W-K. They be going round about. They say dragon, that's the 7, and dragon, that's the Septennium. For that English, for that Latin, we got that rock and roll 24/7. For the hawks, you know the bucks, and they don't need the money, but they going on the fly. Watch it so they don't come out the sky. Watch it so they don't come out from the sky. Peck my eggs, I'm pecking eggs and pecking eyes. You know that's the hawk. Hawk like my Lord, the sun shines. Hawk like my Lord, the sun shines. Hawk. H, 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 my Lord, sun shines. That's that vengeance sevenfold. For I owe nobody nothing, not a 0 zilch. Keep my name in their mouth if it ain't for blessing. And we gotta get it for the hawks, and we gotta get it for the sparks. And those hawks up in the sky, see them up above, we lie. Look at those hawks, man. H-A-W-K, gotta see it, that's gay. Wow. I'm glad I saw the hawks, man. Wow. I'm glad, happy to see the hawks. Now we're gonna discuss the DRT. So the DRT, we're gonna take all the debt, and my DRT theory includes the monetary integration theory. So we're gonna take all the public and the private debt, all the private and the public debt, all the private and the public debt. So we're gonna include all the public and the private debt, my private debt, your debt, our debt, my debt, your debt, our debt, my debt, your debt, our debt, Canada coast to coast, all that number with the units, Canada. So I'm speaking for the North American Collective Civilizational Complex. So I'm speaking for North America. We're gonna take my 10,500 because I got as a citizen $10,500 debt, my debt, your debt, our debt. We're gonna refuse it, so we're gonna do the same as the European Union did with the creation of the ECB, European Central Bank, and the creation of a new currency, or a formal currency which they adopted, which they implemented monetary integration. So my debt refusion theory includes that theory, monetary integration, but done in a different way. So we're gonna take all the debt, public and the debt, my 10,000, your 10,000, all the public and the private debt. We're gonna add it all up, and of course we're gonna create a conversion, do a conversion, of course, and we're gonna do the monetary integration theory, monetary integration theory. We're gonna take all the debt, private and public, and we're gonna add it up, 10,500, 10,500, 10,500, 10,500, and we're gonna get it all the way. We're gonna add it up. All that number, Canada, US, Mexico. We're gonna have to do the conversion because the United States dollar still is the currency of choice for world trade, international business, global finance. And this is the DRT, is the solution. Dragons DRT is the solution. So we're gonna take all the private and the public debt, refuse it. All that number is gonna be the initial money supply. Convert the Mexican pesos, Canadian dollar, Haitian good to US dollar. We're gonna add it up. All that number is gonna be the initial money supply for a new bank, and all that money will gonna be the initial money supply. We're gonna set an interest rate level of 10%, and we're gonna create the UE, U dot universal E dot exchange unit. We're gonna create the UE just based on the US dollar, the value of the US dollar at that point in time. It starts with me today now doing this vlog here on my second home, the mountain. So we're gonna take all the private and the public debt, all the public and the private debt, my debt, your debt, our debt is the only solution. And we're gonna create a new currency just like they did in Europe. The Germans got rid of the Deutschmark, the French got rid of the franc, the Italians got rid of the lira. So we're gonna create the UE based on the US dollar. Right, we're going to amalgamate, refuse all the debt. So all the private and the public debt of North America converted to US dollar will be the initial money supply. Basically, to not be overly verbose about it. And when it's set an interest rate level of 10%, no more than 10%, 10% maximum, it could be 7.18, 4.18, 3.33, 1.56, 9.3, 7.70, 6.1, 4.18, 8.0, whatever the case may be. Below 10, not plus. We're going to freeze, standardize all prices of bread, butter, cheese, all the goods, and then with all that money, we're going to be able to do mass infrastructure rebuilding, build finance, the public-private partnership, Dragon Army, Dancing Goddess Army, Dragon Army, Dancing Goddess Army, Dragon Army, Dancing Goddess Army, of course, to be. 4. Regeneration and defense, coast to coast, ocean to ocean, Canada, US, Mexico, North American complex, the North American civilization complex, Canada, coast to coast, Canada, coast to coast, coast to coast, ocean to ocean, NATO, NORAD, create the UE, U dot, universal E dot, exchange unit, U dot, universal E dot, exchange unit, universal U dot, E dot, exchange unit, of course, the biometrics, the hand of voice, any biometric identifiers with Microsoft. I never had problem with PayPal, Microsoft, so it takes a public-private partnership, Microsoft, Bill Gates, Facebook, North American complex, and all the private BlackRock, BlackRock, and Blackstone are different financial institutions. They're private. Larry Fink, another Scorpio, Joe Biden, Scorpio, Bill Gates, Scorpio, all the astrological science doesn't matter. It's science. I present to you the solution, the DRT. The only solution, take all private and public debt, refuse it, whatever that number is, convert it, with that create the UE, universal exchange unit, by biometrics, preferably by biometrics, and of course, could be old school like we have now. Currencies, it takes a little bit of that old school with the new school, and now we're going to switch it to that French, because we're not belle province. The DRT for the creation of the UE is the only solution. C'est quoi la théorie de la refusion de la dette? La théorie de la refusion de la dette, c'est ma théorie que je vous présente. Ça a été parti de la malédiction de l'Asperger, puis la seule théorie, c'est comme que ça inclut exactement la théorie d'intégration monétaire. C'est quoi la théorie d'intégration monétaire? C'est exactement ce qu'ils ont fait en Europe. Les Allemands ont laissé faire le Deutschmark, le mark. Les Français ont laissé faire le lira. Les Italiens ont laissé faire le lira. Les Français ont laissé faire le franc. Puis adopté une nouvelle commune. Ils ont adopté une nouvelle monnaie commune. Ils ont adopté une monnaie commune. Puis on fait la création de cette monnaie commune qui s'appelle l'euro. L'euro va faire semblable en Amérique du Nord dans le collectif de Civilisation nord-américain. Donc c'est quoi? Et pourquoi je dis que c'est la seule solution? Regardez comment on paye d'intérêt sur la dette. Ça, c'est pas soutenable. Ça a plus que doublé, là. 2020-2021, c'était 20,3 milliards, 1 milliard, 109 zéros, ça c'est 20 milliards. Juste payer l'intérêt. Payer l'intérêt sur la dette publique, ça. Regardez, c'est 46,5 cette année, là. C'est 46,5. Ça a plus que doublé. Double, ça aurait été 20,3 fois 2, ça aurait été 40,6. C'est 46,5. Ça, il n'y a pas de solution à ça. La théorie de la refusion de la dette, Prends toute la dette, ma dette publique, privée en tant que citoyen privé, plus la dette publique. Toute la dette privée, ma dette en tant que citoyen privé, 10 500 $, ma dette, votre dette, ensemble, Canada côte à côte. Et vu que le dollar américain, c'est encore la monnaie de change, on va faire la conversion dans la devise des États-Unis. On va prendre, c'est les pays qui veulent, mais je parle pour l'Amérique du Nord. Toute cette dette public-privé, on va faire l'argent initial pour fonder une nouvelle banque. On va faire la fondation de cette nouvelle banque, puis bien sûr, ça va créer pour l'unité d'échange universelle. On va faire la création de l'unité d'échange universelle. Ça va être une monnaie, une devise monétaire basée sur l'argent des États-Unis. On va faire un gel des prix du bacon, du fromage, du beurre, et ça. Puis on va, avec cet argent-là, on va mettre un taux d'intérêt de 10% maximum. Ça peut être moins de 10, pas plus. Ça peut être moins de 10, pas plus. Ça peut être 7,7, ça peut être 6,1, ça peut être 9,3, 3,33, ça dépend. Ça peut être moins, pas plus, moins, pas plus. Fait que ça peut être comme 9,9 dans le fond. 9,9 ça peut être, mais ça peut pas être plus que ça. Fait qu'on va créer une unité d'échange universelle. Le UE que j'appelle l'UE. Unité d'échange universelle. C'est ça l'UE. C'est U.E. basé sur le dollar des États-Unis. On va mettre un gel des prix. On va faire un 10%. On va mettre cette monnaie en marche. On va faire un gel des prix. Avec tout ça, on va pouvoir, tout cet argent, on va pouvoir fonder on va pouvoir faire la création de l'armée du dragon de partenariat public-privé pour la défense de côte à côte, construire plus de centrales de télé au Québec, rebâtir l'infrastructure, parce que c'est ça l'argent pour acheter, vendre, puis faire. Ça, le capital, ça sert à quelque chose, tu sais, c'est ça l'argent, ça a un but. C'est pas mauvais ni rien, mais c'est juste ça sert à quelque chose pour financer des choses, pour qu'on fasse, pour qu'on construise. On a bien des ponts à construire, bien des choses à peinturer dans le public. C'est un partenariat public-privé, puis l'armée du dragon, mais c'est un partenariat public-privé, l'armée du dragon. Pour l'Amérique du Nord, c'est un partenariat public-privé. C'est un partenariat public-privé. Hein? C'est un partenariat public-privé, l'Amérique du Nord. Le collectif de côte à côte, on va pouvoir bâtir plus de satellites. Ça livre la défense, contre les missiles nucléaires. Bâtir plus de centrales du Québec, on va pouvoir financer les gens à faire l'entraînement physique, Mais ça, je vous présente, ça c'était, j'ai été maudit par l'Asperger's. Mais vous voyez, je suis capable de vous présenter la TRD. C'est la théorie de la refusion de la dette. Puis c'est la seule solution. En ce moment, il n'y a pas d'autre solution. Je peux vous dire franchement, il n'y a pas d'autre solution. Où qu'on est rendu maintenant, vous avez vu comment on paye juste l'intérêt sur la dette publique. Donc, c'est la TRD, la théorie de la refusion de la dette du dragon, c'est la seule solution. On va prendre toute la dette publique-privée, ma dette en tant que citoyen de 10 500, votre dette, notre dette. On va la ramasser ensemble, un paquet. Ça a été des milliards. Avec ça, on va fonder une nouvelle banque en Amérique du Nord, comme ils ont fait une nouvelle banque dans la communauté européenne, les Européens, en fait, pour créer l'euro, une nouvelle monnaie en des années 90. Ça a commencé bien avant, à la fin des années 50, mais ça commence la création de l'unité d'échange universelle maintenant, ici avec moi, sur ma deuxième maison, le Montréal, puis ça, je travaille depuis des années, là. Puis là, je peux vous dire que c'est ça la seule solution qui existe en ce moment. Il n'y a pas d'autre solution que ça. C'est la seule et unique solution en ce moment. Tu sais, peut-être dans un... Non, il va y avoir d'autres solutions, mais maintenant, c'est la seule solution. La théorie de la refusion de la dette. La théorie de la refusion de la dette, c'est la seule solution. La seule et unique.